and they play zombies and Black Ops and all that.
Oh.
I'm going to say it right now, I've never played a Call of Duty. I've never loaded a Call of Duty. I've never opened a Call of Duty. I've never even seen Call of Duty. Too many first-player shooters. I don't have enough time. I picked about 4 or 5 dozen other games. I will never talk bad about Call of Duty. Other than the word Call of Duty makes me want to think about duty. But you know, like a lot of people have the infinite war of which one's better, like Call of Duty or Battlefield. I play Battlefield, but I've been playing Battlefield since Badco 1. Long before a Call of Duty game was around, and just got into it. I do like the geomod destruction. You know, it's like floating in midair like sugarcane over here. It's really weird. Take that. But yeah, I've never really played them. But we do have quite a few streamers that play them heavily. Drugs Bunny TV, AJ Fitz Gaming. You know, the Mushroom Island's pretty small in this one. It looks like it'd be a perfect place to have like a public trading post on this side, because it's a little too small to be someone's house, but if they want to, they can take it. I'm sure Call of Duty is a great game. Like I said, a lot of people go, oh, all the assholes play Call of Duty, all the cheaters. There's assholes and cheaters everywhere. Doesn't matter what system you're on or what game you're playing. That's not how it is. You know, I'm a gamer, I'm a geek. I'm not a PSN or an Xboxer. I have Xbox handles. I just don't play on an Xbox system. Somebody wants to buy me an Xbox One, they want to like pay for my Xbox Live account, then I might start playing it. Probably not. There's just not enough time. There's not enough time to play multiple games, let alone juggle systems. You kind of got to decide what system is going to be your main system once you're a streamer and YouTuber and a tournament gamer, and just stick to it.
Then there's me that plays anything.
Well, like I said, you know, it comes down to my reasons for not liking Xbox are the controllers just don't fit my hands well. I'm dyslexic, and the controller on PlayStation works better for me. And I've also got about 11 years of playing the PlayStation before Xbox was even invented. Most people I play with here weren't even born when Xbox One first came out launch day. And those that were a little too young to be playing them. So, you know, I just, you know, not pulling age because I'm not the youngest or the oldest on Twitch or gaming, but definitely.
The first thing I played was PlayStation 1.
Yeah, well, but I played PlayStation 1 the day it came out. See, yeah. I mean, I still have an Atari 2600 over here. If it was actually able to hook up to my capture card, I would play Pong, Battle Tank, just for the retro chic of it. Like I said, for me, there's a difference between retro and reruns. People call, like, you know, I heard somebody the other day call, God, what was it? GTA 4, like the retro. They're like, well, we're doing retro gaming, we're playing GTA 4. I'm like, I don't know if you can just call the last incarnation retro. You know, like maybe rerunning, but not retro. I don't know, it's just kind of an interesting thing. Like I said, you know, I'm 38 years old. I've been gaming as a hardcore addicted video gamer before there was even consoles. I was arcade generation, you know. When you really wanted, when you had to go put your quarter up there and wait your turn, and it, you know, might cost you $5 a day to play for 20 minutes. Or if you're really good, you might be able to sit there and win quarters. I mean, just, you know, that's what I grew up in. That's why I don't take any of this for granted. The load screens don't piss me off. The game's freezing don't piss me off. Because I remember when load screens were 2 to 3 minutes, you know, before online, all that. So I guess I just take it less for granted than people. But I don't think that's a wrong thing. I play with people that are 15 years old. That means they were born in the year 2000. That means they were born... They didn't start gaming till like the 360 was an old system. We had somebody the other day came in on GTA. They're 11 years old. A little young, I would say, for Grand Theft Auto. A little young to be watching a very mature channel, because we talk about dicks and pussies and cunts and sexual content of all kinds, degrading shit here. But what was really weird was just to think 11 years old, like, they're literally, their experience with gaming is the PS4. You know what I mean? Like, the PS3 and the PS4, people talk about Xbox One, they're just like, what the hell's that? You know, PlayStation 1, what the hell's that? And it's just intriguing. It's something I think about, you know, video games draw people together because we can all share a comparative story like that. We can all say my first game was this and my first system was that, and I didn't start playing until here. And it's not a one-up or better than now thing. It should just be a sharing of story.
My first game was like Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels?
PlayStation 1.
I mean, if I had to go back, of course, my first game would have been on my Atari 2600 was Pong and Battle Tank. But if I had to go back to like my first game on was Tenchu. No, sorry, not Tenchu. What was it? Toshiden. Toshiden on the PlayStation 1. It was one of the first 3D fighters. Virtua Fighter.
I don't remember what my first game, but I know I played Nintendo 64 and Sega Dreamcast.
I still play the regular Nintendo.
Now, the only problem with me is a lot of my systems don't hook up to any of my current technology.
Yeah, we have like an old TV.
Yeah.
We have a box on the back.
I mean, the Atari 2600 is so old, it was like 15 years before S-video cables were invented. It's got a coaxial cable RF connector where you have to like unscrew the two screws on the back and put the two metal forks underneath.
Yeah.
Something that hasn't been standard issue on a TV since 1997. Hell, I remember the year this thing called the Internet came out. That was pretty cool. Get out my 3.5 floppy disk for my AOL 1.1, 1.0 that came out. I mean, I'm not, like I said, it's not a one-up thing. I think it's just we all have our technological, like, experiences. And some people, like, even though there's a downside to me being an older gamer, games like Pokemon, by the time Pokemon even made it to North America, I was already in my 20s. Now, I worked at a video game store, so I knew, unfortunately, what Pokemon was. But I was, like, I alpha tested Magic the Gathering. So, like, by the time Pokemon came around, or Yu-Gi-Oh!, I knew what combat card games were, collectible card games, and CCGs. But the fuck if I'm going to step back and play a game for 10-year-olds? That's what's so funny when people come into the show and they're like 12 through 25 and they just want to talk Pokemon, and I'm like... I don't think it's stupid that people play it, but it's targeted toward a certain age bracket, which a lot of you guys and gals were when it first came out. I was already 12 years, 10 years, 15 years past it. I was more worried about what I was going to have sex with than playing collectible card games.
Honestly, I've never played Pokemon.
I've never played the card game, and
Really?
I've never watched the show or anything. Like I said, it's just not for my target, for mine. You know, there are definitely some 38-year-olds that are playing Pokemon with 12-year-olds, but those guys should really be watched closely. Maybe even check and see if they're registered on the sex offenders. And everyone that watches me knows I'm not going to play a game other than what my inner gamer wants to play. Because if I don't play what my inner gamer wants to play, I'm not going to have fun playing it. It's not going to be a good show. You know? But I can feel it. I mean, I had Fallout 3 crack addict stuff all week. I just really wanted to play Fallout 3. We'll be doing more of that next week, more story time with me, as well as, you know, dabbling back into a little bit of Pandora. Now, of course, one of this that sparked this was the huge delay in the next Destiny DLC. We're looking at least a month now later than normal, possibly 3 months late. They gave us this morning, Bungie texted it out, it's going to come out between April 1st and June 30th. It was due out March 10th. So we've got a one month delay roughly automatically, possibly 2 to 3 months. We don't know. During that time, and here's one of the two reasons why they're doing this. They're fixing a lot of stuff. They're adding more content. They realize people want more than 1 strike, 1 raid, and 3 story missions. And that's a great idea. 2, they're also fixing some major issues just all around, which is nice. But also, they said it flat out, they don't want to compete with Grand Theft Auto's heists. They said that they don't want to be dealing with making the House of the Wolves because they're going to be too busy playing heists. And why compete with, you know, what one thing in the early spring of this year is every, like, online gamer really waiting for? Most of us play Grand Theft Auto. Most of us want heists. Do you think I'm going to be playing fucking Destiny once heists come out? Not for a while. I'm not going to be playing, you know, so it's good that they're communicating, they're looking at each other's release dates, and they're thinking like the movie theaters do, not to bother releasing against, like, the top competition, you know. And that's smart. That's smart. I mean, I personally, like I said, their main reason that they talked about was making it bigger and better. And that's the best reason, all of us, for a delay. Making it bigger and better. Giving you more for your money, that's the best reason for a delay on DLC. But that means that I feel like I can step back a little bit and stop playing Destiny 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. I think this is that small pause right now. We got this week and next week where we could really step back and you're not going to feel the bite. You know, a lot of us were trying to grind up before the March 10th release and get what we could, but I think we got time to step back, play a few other games.
When the DLC comes out, I should have Destiny.
Nice. Destiny is a great game, people, especially if you're a fan of Borderlands, first-player shooters, RPGs, sci-fi games. But it's one of those ones like World of Warcraft or DC Universe where if you don't buy the DLC, you're going to miss out on that top-tier gear that comes out with new DLCs. But they're also working on it where you don't need to have the DLCs. The level caps go 99% up. The highest level is only achievable by getting all the raid gear. That's it. But other than that last level, you can always work your way up. And it's a great game. If you haven't seen it yet, by all means, you should watch me play it when I play it. Watch some of our other gamers play it and other streamers stream it to make sure it's a game you want before you buy it. A lot of people are putting down, 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks for it, not realizing what kind of game it is, thinking it's kind of like Call of Duty,
Right.
But, or like they compare it to Borderlands, or they compare it to Battlefield, or any other first-player shooter. I say it's more like Borderlands, World of Warcraft, and DC Universe all got really fucked up at E3 and had a weird orgy kid. And if you play DC Universe, you'll greatly understand how it feels like DC Universe. How they're growing it like DC Universe. The trading weapons is coming back. The market's coming back. The guild halls are coming back from Alpha. So it's definitely HD Style. Thank you for the follow. Welcome our newest badass. I've got like 10 stacks of sand. I'm just gonna keep going.
Wow.
Till I've just been slowly talking to you guys while I've been mining sand with sand. It's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find a good spot with sand, and I have so much wood.
I mean, if you're near the ocean, definitely look around underneath water, but it's so long. If you're underwater, it takes so long to mine stuff. But you can build like a nice little easy like leaf block bridge and go out and take like the whole top layer. I just went around the corner across from the Mushu Island here. There's a bunch of desert, and I'm just flattening it. I'm not digging big holes that are annoying and stupid and ugly. I'm just flattening it down. I'm just literally taking the one top layer across the whole thing.
Hey, by any chance, do you need any oak wood planks?
Do I need it? I can always use wood, but I don't need right this second.
I have like 5 or 6 stacks.
I also have a little bit of dirt with me, which I'm going to put over here in the desert and build a little oasis here on the coastline.
Nice.
Of trees, so people that are out here can harvest. Because I have like 15 to 35 saplings, so I'm going to plant them in the dirt out here and just kind of have like a little mild oasis. Everything but jungle wood, because jungle wood's just right to my right. Sunio1331 Linus, thank you for the follow. Welcome our newest badass. I don't really have a special handle for Minecraft. Like for DayZ and stuff, we have welcome our newest survivor one we made up. For GTA, we have welcome our newest thug. We're gonna have we're trying to make little new follower things different for each game we play. But Minecraft, we just have the general badass.
Oh, hey, my trees are growing.
Finally. Don't forget, bone meal doesn't instantly grow stuff like it used to. Bone meal now grows stuff randomly in stages. But it's still useful. Remember, if we find a spider farm, a skeleton farm, and a zombie farm spawner, let's try to don't destroy them, torch them up. If they're good ones, like near the surface, or even down deep and you want to dig straight up, you can end up making a experience farm, a bows and arrow farm, a bone meal farm, a thread farm, and if it's on your property, you have every right to charge people trade to go down there. 2 stacks of whatever I want, you can spend a night down there, whatever you get in one night. If it's not on your property, then build it up and just be polite about it. The barter system's great, but what we find is most people spend most of their time trying to barter and out-barter each other, and then no one really has anything when it's all said and done. It's kind of funny.
I don't think I'll really do that.
A consideration